Hey guys, it's Morgan with the Rotoscopers, and today I'm going to talk about My Little Pony. Yeah, I'm not a good singer. So I had the opportunity to review My Little Pony Equestria Girls. First off, if you haven't finished season 3, then this movie contains a lot of spoilers. So turn this off now if you don't want to be spoiled. Continue. Alright, so in My Little Pony Equestria Girls, Twilight Sparkle has finally become a princess. So she's going to Canterlot and she finally receives her crown. And then in the middle of the night, her crown is stolen by some pony. And this pony takes it through a mirror and it's gone. So it's up to Twilight Sparkle to chase after this pony to retrieve her crown. Now this pony's name happens to be Sunset Shimmer. Twilight Sparkle, Sunset Shimmer. Princess Celestia must have a thing for ponies that are named after sunsets and twilight. I'm pretty sure she has another former student out there who's named Dusk Twinkle. Maybe she'll be in the next movie. It turns out that Sunset Shimmer used to be one of Princess Celestia's old students, and she kind of went rogue and decided, hey, I like living in this other world better. So Twilight Sparkle goes into this magic mirror to retrieve her crown, and it's the human world. Twilight Sparkle turns into a human and she has no idea what to do with these. So basically in this world, Twilight Sparkle has to learn how to be a human. It's not just the human world, it's high school. Is there anything more difficult than having to fit in with high school? Apparently the creators of this, no. And Twilight Sparkle can't just approach Sunset Shimmer and get her crown back. Turns out the crown was turned into the principal's office, Principal Celestia. The only way to get your hands on it now is you have to be the fall princess. Basically, it's like prom queen. So one of the things I didn't like about this movie is Twilight Sparkle is the only person who goes into this alternate universe and turns into a human. But all the other ponies are there too. Apparently they have their human counterparts that are exactly like them, same personality. So it's like we get to see the other ponies, but not, because it's not really them, it's like their human version of them. And they even mention like, oh, do you have a sister somewhere in Canterlot or in the other city over? And so it's just really weird. It's like, you're telling me there's this other world that exactly mirrors your own, except for instead of just a random town called Ponyville, it's a school where all the people go. And I don't know. And then apparently, you know, Sunset Shimmer used to be a pony, now she's living here and she's loving human life. So you're telling me there's another Sunset Shimmer human version? I don't think that's gonna work when those two eventually meet up. Okay, can I just make one comment about Sunset Shimmer's design? Because in the featurette, they're talking about how Sunset Shimmer is the coolest design ever. She's kind of right here, I don't know if you can see it, but she has flame-looking hair. It's red and yellow, and even as a pony, I mean, it just looks bizarre. She looks like she doesn't fit in. I've never seen a pony look like this. I don't like Sunset Shimmer's look at all. I don't know about you, but at least in Arizona, our sunsets are really pretty. You have these vibrant purples and pinks and blues, and they all blend together. They're gorgeous. No, I've never seen a red and yellow sunset, so I don't know. That's just a little beef I had about the character. I thought she was too grating of a character to have. I mean, she's wearing like leather jackets, and she's supposed to be this like hardcore pony. But, yeah. It's just interesting to see how they applied the pony's talents into this world. For example, Rainbow Dash is captain of the soccer team and she loves sports. Rarity, she, you know, instead of being a dress designer, she's actually just works at a boutique. Fluttershy, she loves animals, of course, and so she volunteers at the local animal shelter. So there's kind of all these similarities between this world and that world, but honestly, I didn't like that it wasn't the real ponies. I would have liked the whole gang to come and turn into humans and, oh my gosh, let's figure this out together. Let's be honest, we all know that the only reason they did this movie instead of a regular My Little Pony movie is because they wanted a spin-off line of toys with our favorite characters. So this is kind of a way they get the best of both worlds. The plot of Equestria Girls is a little predictable in where it goes. I mean, it would be a tragedy if Twilight Sparkle didn't get her crown and the elements of harmony were disrupted forever and Canterlot and Ponyville were doomed. Yeah, so that would be really sad. But I don't think that's how it ends. To be honest, I wasn't really into this movie as much as maybe some of the other movies or maybe even the TV show. It just spent a lot of time trying to introduce us to each one of the ponies. You know, they're not all friends in this human world, and so we have to meet one, and then we have to meet another, and then we have to meet another, and so it kind of takes a long time to get going. I would have liked a lot more action. You know what I love about the My Little Pony series is that, you know, sometimes they can they get these 2 or 3 part episodes that are so awesome, exciting, and they're adventurous, and they're really fun, and you get to see all the characters, and I don't know. I guess I could see this as a 3-part episode, but it wouldn't be my favorite in the least. So there were songs in this movie, and I watched a little featurette with the director, and he was kind of talking about how he wanted to make it more pop and more real, something different than My Little Pony hadn't done before, and they were good. They were kind of catchy. I honestly couldn't sing you one right now, but there was one called Cafeteria Song, and it's where all the girls are trying to pump everybody up and trying to convince everyone to vote Twilight Sparkle for, you know, this fall princess, and that was kind of fun. And then there's another song, I mean, it's like your typical, we're getting for prom, our big night song, you know, because in high school, prom is the pinnacle of your existence. It's everything. You know, so they're picking dresses, they're getting ready. I mean, honestly, I think My Little Pony Equestria Girls did prom better than the prom movie from a few years ago. Yeah, that's sad. Alright, next let's talk about the bonus features. And guess what? It has them. Yay, that's awesome, because the Disney DVDs right now don't have any. That's pretty lame. So the first one is a little making of featurette. It's in 3 parts. It's called Through the Looking Glass of Equestria Girls. And they're about 10 to 12 minute segments each. The first one talks about the plot and the story and the making of that. The second one talks about the design of the characters because, they're humans now. How do we do that? You know, they try to make it a bigger deal than it was, and I'm pretty sure, I mean, they could have just gone to DeviantArt and looked at all the human pony fan art and, you know, modeled it somewhat after that, but whatever. And the third one talked about the songs. It's the same guy who did the theme song, and he's kind of done the songs throughout, and so he's just talking about the different songs that he wrote for this. They were really good. I was glad they were there. You're pretty typical behind-the-scenes making of. You did get an interview with the kind of the story writer. There wasn't really a director, but you did get Tara Strong, who's the voice of Twilight Sparkle. Let's be honest, all Bronies love Tara Strong, so it's kind of cool to see her, and she is adorable. I love her. Okay, the next one I thought was the lamest bonus feature ever. It was called Ponyfy Yourself. And when I first see that, I think, oh, cool, I get to turn myself into a pony. I get to create my own pony avatar. Thought it was going to be awesome. It wasn't. It was basically a 1 to 2 minute video of these girls ponyfying themselves. These were real girls. And it would show a picture of the character, and then it would show them, and then it would show the girls ponyfied. So basically, to ponyfy yourself, all you do is just put a random streak in your hair and kind of put sparkles on your face. This bonus feature was really lame and disappointing because I wanted to turn myself into a pony. I didn't want to see these lame girls turn themselves into ponies. And the last 2 features, there's some karaoke songs where you can sing along, and then there's a printable movie poster. Ooh, not. All in all, I would give the movie My Little Pony Equestria Girls 2.5 stars. It's funny because in the featurettes, the people who were talking, they kept referring to this as when we were creating the DVD, when we wanted to do this DVD. So I had a feeling that this was originally a direct-to-video DVD, and I'm sure I could Wikipedia this right now and this would be true. But it felt like this was originally meant to be a direct-to-video DVD, and then suddenly they spun it and they released it in a very select amount of theaters last minute. And it kind of felt like a direct-to-DVD video, to be honest. It was good, it was okay, I never need to see it again. I was kind of intrigued with the whole human aspect, but other than that, meh, 2.5. Congratulations, My Little Pony. You are worse than Turbo. Okay, and as for the bonus features, I would give it 2 stars. I'm grateful that a making of is there, and then Ponyfy Yourself, and then some of those stupid other ones. It's really not great, but at least they have them. Yay! Now, I'm speaking to you, people who make DVD bonus sets. If you just have some features on there, you're automatically going to get 2 stars. That's awesome. So if you are a Brony or a My Little Pony fan, you definitely need to buy My Little Pony Equestria Girls. For those of you who aren't, I would say rent it, if not skip it. It's not that big of a deal. But hey, if you're intrigued, check it out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. I'm Morgan with therotoscopers.com. If you're into animation and you love Disney, DreamWorks, Pixar, and basically anything in between, go to therotoscopers.com. We're your #1 source for all things animation news, and check out the comments. You can find more of our articles there. It's a lot of fun. Also, don't forget to check out the Animation Addicts podcast. That's where we go in detail about animated movies, and we geek out and we nerd out and we talk about things that maybe you never knew before. It's really, really fun. Go to therotoscopers.com/podcast to check that out. And yeah, so let me know what you thought of My Little Pony Equestria Girls below, and let's start the discussion. Until next time, guys! So some of my favorite concept artists were the director, Chris Sanders. I really liked the stuff that he did. His style kind of meshes with me. And then James Baxter, the old Disney guy who did Beauty and the Beast and, lots of other classic Disney characters. His style I really like. So I kind of like the more cartoony concept sketches.
I personally enjoyed the foreword by Nicolas Cage. That was my personal favorite.
Hey, when you have Nicolas Cage, you might as well use it. So one of the pages that I really liked was this color and light page. I thought it was really cool because it showed you how they decided their color palette through the movie and how they lit things. It gave you a bird's eye view of the color palette for the whole entire movie, and I thought that was really awesome.
And there was one other page that really caught my attention. It basically shows you the flow of like a movie studio and how it all comes together and who's in charge of what, and it was very informative. I'm like, I'm gonna be studying that someday.